Hi, this is Marc.
And this is Marcel.
From Aclam Guitars in Barcelona, Spain. Welcome to our virtual booth in NAMM 2021. We are glad to introduce you our new product, the Windmiller Preamp pedal, which is based on the preamp of this beauty right here. Here we go. The Windmiller pedal is a replica of the Grampian 636 reverb unit, which was used by Pete Townshend of The Who between '66 and '68. He did not use the reverb of the unit, but the preamp to saturate his amplifiers. When we got this device, we were lucky to find one, an original one from '63, I guess.
Yeah, I think so, 63, around that.
We wanted to recreate the preamp and create a pedal to use it as Pete wanted to use the Grampian, just as a preamp to saturate his amps or to give a different color to your tone. The Windmiller has a gain knob, which is the same as this knob here. It's just a volume knob, but it gives you a lot of headroom, a lot of signal increase. And it has these two EQ knobs, which they're not found on the Grampian vintage unit, but we thought that they're going to be useful for the users for different guitars and amplifiers to match their rigs. And it has also this overload light, which acts as a signal in monitor, and also it looks really cool. So the Windmiller, one of its characteristics is that it changes the tone in a good way. It gives you some different color to your guitar, and aside of the signal increase. So here is just the color of the pedal with no boost. Here's the bypass down. Windmiller. You can also turn the gain up and gain saturation. As you see, the tone is really cool, and it reminds to that era of Pete Townshend playing with The Who. So, aside from the gain, the Windmiller has these two EQ controls that they're gonna let you match your different guitars and your amplifiers. When we tested the original Grampian unit, we found that it had some magic with single coils and a Marshall, but when we plugged humbuckers and other amplifiers like Fenders, which they had more brilliant tone, sparklier sound, it wasn't that useful. So we placed in special locations on the circuit of the original Grampian low-cut and high-cut controls. Only counterclockwise, they don't take out any frequencies, and as you turn it up, they take out low frequencies or high frequencies. Here's a demo of the EQ controls. First bypass. Here's the low-cut control. It just takes a small amount of low end, but when you turn the gain up, it just tightens the sound, especially with this kind of amplifier, which has a lot of low end. Here's the bypass sound again. As you see, the high-cut control, it has more range, and this is pretty useful, especially with single coils, kind of American style of amplifiers, which they have a sparklier sound. Also, the original Grampian unit, it had an issue that created a lot of background noise. We also got rid of that, so when you engage the unit, even at full gain, it's barely noticeable. Here's the pedal off. The pedal on, and the pedal on with the gain all the way up. You can even notice. So here's the tone with the volume up. you can see it's really loud. As part of the design process of the Windmiller pedal, we improved the circuit with an extended frequency range, especially on the high end. The Windmiller has more treble response than the original Grampian 636 unit, which we found it's going to be useful for users with guitars equipped with humbuckers. For example, this Les Paul has mini humbuckers, but this is going to work also with full humbuckers. On this EQ, the tone of the Windmiller pedal is the closest thing to the original Grampian 636. So there's no boost. The gain it's all the way down. The low cut, it's all the way down, which means it has the most lows possible. High cut knob, it's almost at 10 o'clock. Here's the bypass tone. If you turn the high cut control all the way down, you'll get more highs. It will shine a little bit. And also you can turn the gain all the way up and it sounds amazing. Sometimes you may find that the Windmiller pedal has a lot of low end, and this gives you a kind of a fuzzy tone. So this is why it's useful, the low cut control, to get rid of that fuzziness and get a more tight sound. And just to conclude, here's some different tones you can get with the Windmiller pedal. Remind you that the amp, it's absolutely clean, there is no saturation on it, and all the saturation comes from the signal boost created by the Windmiller pedal. It saturates the tubes on the amplifier. Thank you for taking a visit to Aclam Guitars.